here's the thing, connection is core to us as a human, as a social species. The monkeys are grooming each other not just because they have nits. It's not just that. It's a really important part of social bonding and keeping track. They're good accountants, so they're keeping track of, hey, this one groomed me for 5 minutes, and this other person bared their canines at me the last time, probably not good. And this guy pulled my tail or whacked my baby or whatever. They keep track of this sort of stuff, right?
Mhm.
And they're really and so are we. We as a human have the same capability of connection and of keeping track of each other. But the problem with Zoom is that, one second, Jesus. Okay, the problem with Zoom is that it's not helping. What does that mean? With Zoom, when you're on Zoom or video calls all day, what you're getting is a very poor quality feed, right? The video is janky. There's delays in the sound, so you say things, and most of the times, most of us don't use video at all anymore. So how do you connect with each other? You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what they're experiencing. You don't feel their physical presence. So
Mhm.
what happens? What happens is you just have a really harsh life experience. All day you're talking to imaginary colleagues, right?
Yes.
And you don't have the time to be nice to each other because you're packed, your business is packed, you're going from one meeting to another, and all you got is anger and business like things. You walk into a meeting and you're business like. And because you're business like in your meeting, what happens is you don't have the time for niceties. You don't have the time to ask how you're doing. And as a result of that, it creates really harsh work environment.
Agree.
And that lack of connection can lead to a lack of energy because we get energy from each other, right? Like we were saying in the prep, you were saying it, maybe you should say it about the energy you put out.
Yeah, as I mentioned to you, I think people need to be very mindful at the energy that they put out in their community and really in the world. Whatever energy you guys put out is what you're going to get back in. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity around you, you're not going to see your blessings. You're not going to see the good things that are happening around you. You take for granted what you have in front of you. And it's something that people just overlook just because of life problems, but it's something that you need to ground yourself back in and remind yourself that the energy you're putting out, put out positive vibes, put out, that happiness so that you get that back from the world. And people like to be around happy people at the end of the day, and they need that. They need the positivity.
Yeah, with that human connection and positivity. And what you said is absolutely right and brilliant, which is um, important to us because we want to feel loved, we want to feel connected, but we're not putting that vibe out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're in a do not disturb, I got my headphones on vibe. Then you're worried that people don't respond to you.
Absolutely.
It's terrible. And so yeah. So to recap, if you're running out of energy, it's because one, you haven't got the energy back from your colleagues and your workplace because you're not setting yourself to have those conversations, and you should take time out. Don't pack your schedule. Go, pick nits off your colleague.
Yeah, and another thing is people assume that they always have to be in front of a computer to have meetings. Join on your phone. Go for a little 5-minute walk while you're talking to your colleagues during daily scrum. Have your stuff on your phone available so that you could talk about it. But you don't need to just sit inside a room or inside a house. Go outside, get air, see human beings, see the world around you so that you get that. You get the world's beauty coming in and you automatically will start feeling endorphins.